I'm just building up my DSO shell oscilloscope. It's called a DSO shell. Do not know why, but that's the name of it, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, so next part to be installed. What I've done is, this is a oscilloscope kit from, bought it online. This is a 200 kilohertz oscilloscope kit, which is £20 delivered. And this is band here, it's holding the display in place because it's not fixed yet, so it doesn't flap around. What I've fitted so far, I've fitted the power switch, external power input socket, and the 1 kilohertz test terminal, which is a spade terminal. I've fitted those so far. So I won't be talking, I'll just be doing. Torch keeps turning itself off. It's quite annoying. It's an Android phone, and the torch just decides to disable itself after about 10 minutes, which is a good idea in a way because it's saving battery, but if you want the torch on and it suddenly goes off, that's not a good idea. I can solder much faster than this, but I'm doing it slowly because it's a kit. If you make a mistake, it's pretty annoying to go back and fix it. Quite impractical, so. When I was a teenager, I used to work on electronics production lines, soldering boards, thousands of boards all day long, circuit boards, so I'm an expert soldering expert, that's the word. So that's the phrase I mean. So I can do that, but when you've got one kit and one try, if you get it wrong, it's going to be a palaver to fix it. You want to get it right the first time round, so it's good to remember that slow and steady wins the race. Don't rush, because fools are rushing. Right, tact switches. These are tactile switches. They're called tact switches. These little things here. Push buttons to the layman. You see that? Actuator, there's the pins which you solder on. So, hope you can see that. Right. So, number one. Excuse me. Click in place, that's right. Thumb goes in. Get the old soldering iron out. I must admit, I've always enjoyed soldering. It's very therapeutic, it's very relaxing. It's just instant gratification pastime. And this roll of solder I'm using here, I've had for about 20 years. Got it from RS Components about 20 years ago. Still got loads left on it. Well, I say loads, it's got... No, not loads actually. About a quarter of the reel, but it's enough to do a job like this. Yeah, it's good solder. It's not lead free, thank goodness. It's decent, proper 60-40 lead and tin solder. Almost shook my soldering iron into my glass of water there. Instant lead poisoning. Thank you very much. Got my soldering iron. My workshop's like a Chinese laundry. There's stuff everywhere. I won't show you now because it'll take too long. But there's gadgets and wires and soldering irons and gizmos galore in this room. It's also my bedroom. So you have to be very agile to get around without knocking stuff over, shall we say. My mum always says to me, your bedroom's such a mess. And I'm like, you don't understand, do you? You don't understand. There's more to life than being tidy and prim and proper. There's got to. When you're a practical person, when you're an engineer, you're constantly evolving and changing stuff. So to have a showroom sort of bedroom would make sense because it would just be a showpiece. And what's the point of that? If you're trying to do something every 2 minutes, you're changing things around and swapping them over and reconfiguring and rechanging stuff. You can't just... No. No. Mess is good because mess... Well, not too much mess. You've got to be orderly. You've got to know where things are, but you don't want a showroom, do you? I'm not a salesman, I'm an engineer. Right. Enough with the piffle. Actually, I will talk, so I find it relaxing to sort of speak the rubbish that's on my mind at this moment, because I'm quite a stressful day today, so this helps me relax. Well, it doesn't help me relax, it is relaxing. I am relaxed. Thank you, Jesus, for a lovely day. And thank you, Android, for turning the torch off. Just when I need it. Isn't that typical? It turns itself off just while I'm halfway through soldering a joint. No, not a joint of lamb. A joint is a solder joint. A solder connection is called a joint. Have to inspect them with a magnifying glass because they may not have taken as well as I thought. Yeah, that's okay. I've got good eyesight, but these joints are very shiny and metallic because, well, they're obviously they're metallic, but they're shiny because they've got the spotlight on them from the camera and from the external light, so they're very shiny right in my eyes. So I'm often having to go right overhead and sort of look down as I solder, otherwise little sparkly reflections in your face from the torches, from the lights. Yeah, what this kit is, back to the subject, this kit is an oscilloscope, which is an electronic device, test device for measuring waveforms and signals. You can buy them pre-assembled, they're about £15 dearer. No thanks, I'd rather save £15 and do it myself. When I say pre-assembled, they'll come, ready to go. You can get 3 types of kit. One's pre-assembled, one is semi-assembled, which this one is. And it's got all the surface mount chips and stuff, the little chip in the middle there, and all the surface mount resistors, the little dots here, all pre-soldered on. They're tiny. You need a really fine soldering iron to solder those. Thank goodness I don't have to do those. I don't want to be soldering every single part on, just for the fun of it. I want to get this thing working. So, glad I'm not soldering all those in. This could probably be a quite long video, but I don't care. If you want to watch it, you enjoy it. If you don't, go make a cup of tea or watch TV or something, I don't know, whatever. Play football if you're desperate. Really desperate. Yeah. What am I saying? Who knows? These switch legs need a bit more solder than the rest of the board because they've got big vias underneath them. A via is a metal plated hole. A circuit board is covered in holes through which you put the legs of the copper wire lead. Let me say that again. The circuit board's covered in little holes which go from one side of the board to the other, and they are metal one side and metal the other side, and metal all the way through usually. They're called vias because the electricity goes via the hole, I think. Well, that's my opinion anyway. And I've stuck them on the wrong side. I've soldered. No, I haven't. I've put them on the right side. Yeah, they're called vias. So, what did I tell you that for? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Few people know, and even fewer people care. Right. What's next? Remove resistor R30. It says here. Where's it gone? Remove resistor R30, it says. R30 is used to bypass switch number 5 so that main board can be tested without the power switch. That makes sense, doesn't it? It's actually a good design, I like that. It's a clever idea. So R30 needs to be removed. Make sure, get the right one. Well, the power switch is down there. Here. So R30 is just there. You see that? Just, oh, camera focus. R30 is just there, above my fingernail. In the middle above my fingernail. R30. Just got to remove that. Of course, me being me, we get the magnifying. Oh, let's focus. Otherwise, the video will be wasted. Gonna check that under the magnifying glass first to make sure it is the right one. Yes, it is. It's a 0 ohm resistor, which basically is a wire link, which basically short circuits that area of the board. So, get me old soldering iron and remove that wire link. There we go. That's that gone. Almost. That's that off. You don't want to do that with any other components, believe me. These little resistors and these components called SMD components, surface mount devices, they're microscopic. Let me show you. Right, where's it gone? So small, gone under my finger now. Where's that gone? Where are you? Where's that gone? Oh, there it is. See how small? Oh, that's right, torch. You turn off just when I need you. This thing here, on the end of my fingertip, is a resistor. Let me show you that even closer. Closer? No, okay. I've got under the magnifying glass. Can you see it? There, you can see it now. Tiny little thing. It's minuscule. Well, it's about 1 millimetre across. Absolutely minute. And they're all over the place on here. All these little, well, they're resistors, capacitors, transistors, but the oblong ones, there's like little tombstone shaped ones. Well, oblongs, these here. Oops, where are we? They're resistors and capacitors. You don't want to knock any of them off or solder the wrong ones of those or desolder them, because if you desolder one of those, you're up the creek, because it's a right job to get one back on again. Let me tell you that for sure, for free. Because they're minute. I haven't got a desoldering or soldering station to cope with surface mount yet. Someone's letting fireworks off outside. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Let me put that resistor in a bag, so it's out of the way. Anti-static foil type bag. Let me put that in there. You see it in there? Let me show you. Let me show you. Doesn't matter anyway, it's in there. It's tiny. It's neither here nor there. It's inconsequential to the thing what I'm doing. So, right, next part. Let's go on with this. I'll be up here all night otherwise. Right. Resistor R30, yes. Resistors R1, 510K. These are resistors. Look at this other stuff out of the way. Let me sort this into piles, otherwise I'll get really confused. I don't want to get more confused today. Right. These are capacitors. Hang on, are we on camera? These are capacitors. Let me go back a bit, shall I? No, I'm alright there. These are capacitors. So are these. These are electrolytic capacitors, these black can type things. These things here. Alright. They're called electrolytic capacitors. These little orange discs. These, oops, camera's off again, are called ceramic capacitors because they're made of ceramic material. There's 4 of those. Does this thing give you a component list? Okay. 4 ceramic capacitors. Alright. Switch. BNC socket. Just speaking, just thinking out loud here. People and fireworks. What is it with fireworks? People are just mad about them, aren't they? Waste of money. Right, here we go. They're fun, but they're a waste of money. Okay. So, just sorting my parts out here so they get confused. Okay, so. Right. Resistors. These things here, into stage left, are resistors. And I have to find out which one is which. Because they haven't marked them in the factory, they just put them in a pile in a bag, so you've got to find out which one's which. R1, 510K. Let's try that. Get my multimeter out. It's a multimeter, test meter. Can you see that? Probably not. Who cares? Right. Let's get that on. Thanks for that. So it just fell down. Right. Find the 510K resistor quickly. Might help if it's on the ohms range, eh? .91 ohms? No, that's not the one. Is there a 91 ohm one in that list? Thankfully there is. Right, so 91. Get a pen. Where's a pen? Buried. 91 ohms. Gotta find the 500. Oh, this torch! Stop turning yourself off! I've put you on. I'll put you on for a reason. Stop switching yourself off, you stupid torch. Oh, I just think I'll size your battery for you. Because I'm not a person, but I'm smarter than you. I'm a robot. No, stay on. Whoops, what's this one now? 994K, that's 1 meg then. That's 1 meg ohm. Huh? 1.2 meg? Is there such a thing? Huh? Oh, it's 1K now, is it? 1000K? 2000? Make your mind up. I'll put it in, I'll put it in the component tester, that'll tell me straight away. Got a component tester here. That'll tell me straight away what it is without messing around. Pillicking about, as they say. Right. Get in there and get tested. What are you? Tell me what you are. Test. $997 ohms. Right. So it's not 2 meg, is it then? What did I get that confused with? 10000. 100 and a multiplier. That's right, it's precision resistor. So it's brown, black, black, brown, brown. So that's brown is 1, black, black is 2 zeros, and then the multiplier is 1, which is 3 zeros. That's 100. So that's 1k then. Right, that's 1k. Let's write that down. 1k. 1k. So now I'm going to make sure the other one is actually $91 ohms. Is it 91 ohms? That's the question. In fact, you know what? Who knows? Who knows? No known part. You have a laugh. It's in there. It's in there as sure as I'm sitting here. Try again, Josephine. Test. Give me a break. It's clearly sitting there. It's a resistor. Let's try the other tester. What a palaver, seriously. Why nothing simple in life? Right. Unlock those. They can go out the way. Over there. No, just stay there. What does this tester say? Stupid thing. No part. Yes, there is. Sit in front of me. I can see it. Test. No part. You're having a laugh. Try again. Lock it in tight. Not calibrated. Shut up. Get on with it. 90 ohms. 90.5 ohms. Near enough. So it's 91 ohms. Tell me the note. First test I said there's no part in there. There's nothing connected to the tester to test. Second one said the same thing, and I realised I hadn't got the leads